I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Remco Kelder. I'm the global president of Inizio Ignite. And in my current role, I'm responsible for providing direction and guidance on how we want to evolve what we offer to our clients, the impact that we can make for our clients, the impact that we can make on our teams on a day-to-day basis, as well as looking forward 2 to 3 years in the future and making sure that what we're offering and how we're working with our clients stays relevant. What makes Inizio Ignite different is really the depth and breadth of services that we offer, the impact that we can make for our clients and the patients that they service, the way that we actually work with our clients and trying to make it as easy as possible to ensure that on a day-to-day basis the interaction between our teams and their teams is as smooth as it can be. How we really help our clients is by very much connecting the dots for them and helping them connect the dots. And one really good way to look at this is if we think about commercialization and the enormous amount of work that our clients put into bringing a product to market and ensuring continued success once they actually launch a product. As Inizio Ignite, we're very well positioned to actually help them throughout that journey. And so from both a insight generation, and that can be true mining large data sets, through doing primary market research, we can provide those elements to our clients. Once you get closer, then the strategic questions come up. What patient segments are we going to go after? What physician segments are we going to go after? What is our pricing model going to be? How do we ensure that our patients will actually have access to the right products? And so we work a lot with our clients to make sure that we have answers to those questions, because they will inform then how do we actually develop our phase 3 clinical trials, and making sure that we have the right endpoints in mind as we're progressing through that journey, to ensure that when we get to markets, from a physician, patient, payer perspective, we have the right data available to make this a commercial success, And having products like STEM AI, available to us that actually can in real time really assess how do our sales representative bring the product to market, how do our MSLs talk about the products that we have to market. Is it resonating with the physicians that we're engaging with, and combine that with some of our Launch Nav offering, which can help the seamless planning, or the offerings that we offer through tracking studies, provides us a wealth of information that we can help teams not only make sure that they're ready for launch, but then also actively pull through the launch and adjust as needed. Things are not always perfect the first way around, but the earlier you can catch if there's a disconnect, the easier it is for you to course correct. So as we're thinking about the future and thinking with the launch of Inizio Ignite, what may change versus what may not change, I always like to start with what will not change. What will not change is our dedication to our client. What will not change is if a client has a problem, and they're used to talking to a certain individual, who are they actually going to be engaging with? We are not changing the impact that we're looking to make on our clients. What will change is the potential to more seamlessly work across the different offerings that we have available. We want to make sure that we can drive innovation and scale, and bringing together the resources and the understanding of the market of our 4 businesses. Tremendous value there as we're thinking about the next wave of innovation that we want to drive forward.